I was a bit nervous before. It was like a fantastic evening, perfect temperature, perfect weather to play football. We had a good week ahead of the match, and it's a great experience. I think we started totally dominant in the match. I think the first 6 minutes we had completely in the ball. There were not a lot of interruptions, and in the match, which felt a little bit strange. There were no fouls. There were also no shots, no blocked shots, no set pieces. Like I said, I think we started quite fluid with a lot of passes. It was difficult throughout the whole match to penetrate the last 18 meters, the last 60 meters to penetrate the box. When we had the little runs, when we managed to get behind the line, we were straight away dangerous. We had like 2-3 half chances and 2-3 big chances from one of which we scored, and allowed, I think, only one shot in the 45th minute. So that was very, very good. We wanted to increase the rhythm and the risk a little bit in the second half. Had even one player more in the offensive line, but I felt us not disciplined enough in the structure anymore, and we tried a little bit too much alone, and we tried a little bit too much out of position, and it slowed our game down, and we were not so well organized to control the counterattacks. Later, with the second goal, the game was over, and we could see it out. In general, this is a difficult opponent. They play unorthodox style. They have speed up front. They have physicality up front. I think we saw them in the form of the Euros, where Spain struggled, Croatia struggled, Italy struggled in the group phase. And I think we saw this kind of opponent today, and we managed to get our first win, first clean sheet, and hopefully gives us some confidence to get quickly better and to trust in our style and go from there.
Okay, Alex Howell.
Hi, Thomas. Called Miles Lewis-Skelly up into the England squad. He's had a career that's already on fast pace. Another big moment for him tonight, a goal. What have you made of him this week in the camp and his performance this evening?
He was amazing in camp. He's full of confidence and very, very full of humor and such an open and mature character. You see everything what you see on the pitch, you see off the pitch. So he was straight away a part of the group. Very impressive. He does it with a natural confidence, and this is how he plays football. It's just a great performance. He is full of courage, full of quality, and even more so that he could be with this little run behind the line, be decisive, and open this game for us. Even better. Was amazing.
Jacob.
Hi, Thomas. Do you sense that Phil Foden lacks a little bit of belief when he plays for England? And so how do you get that into him?
We will encourage him to do what he does best, to go at defenders, to go into dribblings. We played him today from the right wing. I think both of our wingers who started were not as impactful as they normally can be, and as they are normally in club football. I'm at the moment not so sure why we struggled. To bring the ball quicker to them, to bring the ball in more open position to them. I need to review the match. Not so sure why it took us so long. I think we lacked a little bit runs off the ball, so it was a bit too much passing, not enough dribblings, not enough carrying the ball and driving with the ball, and not aggressive enough towards goal. They trained very well. They were decisive in training. That's why also they deserved. They were very good in the last weeks in their clubs. We will keep on encouraging them and make sure to create a structure for them that they can show their potential.
Okay, we'll go here and then Matt.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
England's pressing structure seemed more aggressive in certain phases today. Was that key focus in preparation? And how do you rate its effectiveness in today's match?
Yeah, it was. I was quite happy with the start, and I was quite happy with the structure in the start, especially to control the counter-attacks. So we were structured in our attacks, and we tried to find the gaps. We did. Like I said, there were no pauses in the match because we did also no mistakes. So it was sometimes if you struggle to put intensity or aggression with your passing game, then you do a mistake. It happens that you do a mistake and you can play counter-pressing and have a ball win, but we did also not do mistakes. So it was a very, very fluid game, but in the opponent's half and unfortunately not in the last 20 meters. We struggled to find solutions where to take the risk and maybe to take more risk with chip balls behind the line. And then, like I said, I have the feeling that in the second half we, with a little bit more frustration, we did not play with the same confidence in our structure, and then everyone tried a little bit out of position. And then it becomes more complicated than before. So we need to. I have the feeling we need to stay in the belief, and like you said, maybe find a bit more the open spaces. Maybe play a little bit more through people and not around the block, but through the block, and find a better rhythm for that. But I need to watch the game and look for solutions.
Hi, Thomas. You've said that we have to do better. How much better do we have to do, and how far off was that than what we want to get to?
We will get better. We will get more rhythm. We will understand better now. I will understand the players better. So where do they feel confident? Where do we struggle? Why is it for us hard to find more runs and to find more aggressive movements into the very last third? And from there we will get better to implement a higher rhythm and be simply a little bit more look more dangerous also in front of goal. But it's step by step. It was a complicated opponent. They play unorthodox style, and individually. Of course, we can have more impact from the wingers. We can play more diagonal, I think, through the gaps and not always around the block. But I need also to have a look at it if it was really open or if they defended just so deep. I rewatched the first goal, and I think Jude played a ball against 10 defenders in a depth of 8 meters. So the whole block was in a line of 8 meters. We struggled to find chip balls and to understand when the timing of the runs, but we will get better at this. I'm sure, and we will look at it, have video sessions, and make sure that we find solutions for it for Monday.
Can I just check on Gordon as well, because he looked a bit upset when he went off at the end.
He looks injured. He had first of all, I thought it's his stomach, but it's his hip, and it does not look good. Yeah, it's a bit worrying. Yeah.
So Rick, pass behind Roger over there. Thanks.
Hi, Thomas. I want to ask you about Harry Kane. Obviously, he scored his 70th goal for England. You coached him at Bayern. Do you see any difference between the guy you coached at Bayern now that you've seen him with England?
I see him even more confident, and I see him in his environment as a very natural leader, even more so than at Bayern Munich. That was new for him. First time that he changed the club. First time that he plays away from his home country. So since he's here, he's a top captain, top teammate, and great leader. Happy that he scored the second goal. Was in a very important moment.
Yeah.
Congrats on the first win, Thomas Tuchel. With the first question I was going to ask is, I saw a tale of two Miles Lewis-Skellys. In the first half, he was more playing as a conventional left back, but in the second half, he started to invert more. Yeah. So just saying, in the future, what kind of Miles Lewis-Skelly are we going to see with his role as a left back?
Yeah, the second half he played as a 8 because we wanted to take more risk and have a little bit closer connections between the players. And in the first half, you're right, we played in a 4-1 formation and 4-1 up front. So he played more conventional and scored from there. In the second half, he played more as a number 8 or number 10. I think his very best position is where he plays for Arsenal in the double six and left defender double six inverted role. So he's a fantastic football player. If you see him in the possession games in training, the level of first touches, the quality of first touches, the quality of the body movement, how he opens up his body and where he plays the passes is a very high understanding of the game, comes very natural to him. So I think this is basically, he's very versatile. He can do, I think, a lot of things. We tried to play a bit more conventional today because it's easier to learn, because we have, of course, like everyone else, many players from many different clubs, and he did very well. He can adapt because he understands very quickly.
Okay, we'll have to finish with Simon here.
Hi Thomas, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's obviously a quick turnaround to the Latvia game and you've got limited opportunities to see your players and squad. Are you looking at rotation? I mean, how are you going to approach that game?
Yeah, I think we had some heavy legs. I felt us even a little bit tired. So we will take the opportunity, of course, to check who's available, and we have some good players on the bench who came on today or did not even play. So we have all options. I did not look into the Latvia into the folder yet. What we have to take care of and what they play. This will start maybe tonight, latest tomorrow, and then we will decide. But I have full trust in all 22 players plus 4 goalkeepers, and from there we go. We will make sure tomorrow we train right now to have a full day of recovery for everyone. Everyone deserves that because everyone trained on a high level and played the match now together. So tomorrow is recovery day, and Sunday we take care about Monday.